Concreting, a well-known process. Have fresh concrete delivered to your site and check it according to the monitoring classes. For example, concrete at test cube, carry out a kiln test, etc. Fill the concrete into the pump and then into the formwork. Compact it and wait. When the concrete reaches the desired strength, remove the formwork. If not, wait a bit longer. Lastly, check the finished wall with a tape measure and visually inspect. Of course, the site management has to document every step. Taking a sharper look, this oft-repeated process has two issues: documentation and waiting. Depending on the complexity of the project, you might have to wait not just once, but often and long. The topic with that is that waiting costs money. That's why at Perry, we've looked for a way to optimize the concreting process by shortening waiting times, reducing the documentation effort, and saving costs. The solution? A measuring device, a cloud, 3 sensors, and a robot. In sequence. First, we can forget the kiln test. Instead, we use the Sono WZ to analyze the water-cement ratio, a manual device that in 4 or 5 measurements gives reliable information on the water content of the fresh concrete, and this within 2 minutes instead of an hour as previously. The values measured by the Sono WZ can be read directly from the manual device. The data from the 3 sensors are stored in the cloud. It makes concreting easier, faster, and more efficient. The pressure sensor monitors the speed of concreting and the pressure acting on the formwork. The data provided by the sensor are analyzed in real time, and response is given to the user. The filling level sensor checks if the concrete has reached the desired level. Simultaneously, it measures the degree of compaction of the concrete, all of it in real time. The user is always kept up to date. An additional sensor measures the temperature of the concrete. The values are compared with the data in the concrete recipe and thus determine when the concrete has reached the desired strength, even in mass concrete and in winter casting. Certain recipes from the most important concrete suppliers have already been collected in the cloud. Further ones can be added as desired. In addition, calibrations can be carried out with the aid of crushing test tubes. The entire finished structure is then checked by a robot. It measures the structure and compares automatically the data with the BIM model saved in the cloud. Deviations are documented into a fault management system. Measuring by hand and entering the values in a drawing, that is old news. The optimal system for every project and every requirement. A measurement device, a cloud, 3 sensors, and a robot. Shortening waiting times, reducing the documentation effort, and saving costs.